coming from the west. So when I start driving east again, that'll be awesome. Wow, so to my left, there's an old abandoned house with a big grove of trees behind it. And then it's just right up next to the beginning of the sand hills. I cannot imagine living there back in the day. It's like out of a postcard. Yeah, so this is we're entering part of the sand hills, it looks like. Oh wow, I've never seen a train get diesel from a semi-truck along the road. That is pretty cool. I always thought they carried enough to make it to their facilities or maintenance yards. Pretty neat. Hopefully the camera picked that up. Big old diesel gas truck parked next to the train. It's one of those fiberglass molded campers, and then they cut out the windows and everything. It's like a Scamp kind of, but that was a different brand. Supposedly they're really light. Blowing in the wind. So the guy at the campground was telling me how, so they're trying to get people to buy these seedless cottonwood trees now, so you don't have the cotton blowing all over. Oh, look at that house on the left. That's a nice new modern house. Wow. There is road work on this, going this way. They're making this 4 lanes. Doesn't look like there's any progress happening though. I don't see any construction vehicles. I wonder if they stopped work, ran out of money or something. Oh, there's a tiny staging area back there, but there wasn't much there. Highway goes to the Black Hills, and that's why it's called the Gold Rush Highway. That makes sense. It might. growing over there where they started grading the road, so they haven't done any work out here for a while. Well, I hope they finish it. It looks like it would be nice. If you live in Alliance and are watching, leave a comment about what's going on. They're draining this area, so I don't know, there's a pump there. If they are still working on it, it's not a very fast project, I will say. I mean, there's wetlands they have to go through along the highway. I guess, I mean, I think that's considered wetlands. Wow. Coal trains on that track. Oh, that one's a not a coal train that's moving. The parked one. The one moving is a grain, I think, train. Looks like it has the hopper feeders, I want to say, or not hoppers. I'm not sure what they are. I think hoppers are open. Not really sure. I used to have a train set when I was little, but I don't do that anymore. Got rid of it a long time ago. Too expensive. I just didn't think it was that fun. I mean, basically, you need a room. Oh. Hello. Yes. Can I call you in like half an hour? I'll be at Carhinge by Alliance.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Well, it's 10 o'clock and we have about 15 more minutes to Carhinge, just north of Alliance, Nebraska. So Alliance is a big, I think it's BNSF train hub, or rail yard they have there. And North Platte, I wonder if North Platte is Union Pacific. Or maybe they're at both places, I don't know. They just have a lot of train facilities at both cities. So sandy. I mean, look at the road bed they're making. It's just all sand, it looks like. No dirt out here. Ah, looks like we got a divided highway the rest of the way for the next 10 miles. That's awesome. And this guy's in a hurry. He's like, F this. Wow, I don't know what he was thinking. Definitely windy. some just massive volcanic eruptions to start going off for a long time to cool the Earth. That's basically what causes the ice ages, it looks like. The volcanic activity on the planet just spews up massive amounts of particles and otherwise, like, I wonder how much longer they'll be able to irrigate out here, you know, because they're I guess from what the guy said, the Ogallala aquifer, it's not recharging. Like, you know, it's so deep, and that aquifer takes tens of thousands or who knows how many years to recharge. A lot. Maybe hundreds of thousands, I don't really know. But I did not realize that, I guess. The shallower groundwater might, you know, recharge better, but it's not drinkable by people, really, he said. The stuff that's 3 or 4 feet down, it's, I don't think it's economical to use. Oh, maybe, I wonder if the farmers could use that on their fields, though. I don't know. I don't think so, because they're putting out hundreds of gallons of, you know, water a minute, I think he said. Like 100 gallons a minute, or maybe more. It's a lot. So you need that super high pressure from the aquifer, like way deep. It's really interesting I want to find a book on the Ogallala aquifer. It's going to affect so many people. And in California, their aquifer under, like, the Central Valley, they're depleting that, and the ground is sinking over the decades. It's been sinking like feet. So I wonder if that would happen here, if the ground would ever start sinking. Because I think I was wrong. I thought maybe it was 500 feet thick, the aquifer. The guy said in places it's like 1,200 feet thick. And he made the comment it went down by 400 feet. I don't know what areas, but that's a third of the aquifer basically has disappeared, if that's true. Over what, the last 80 years? 100 years? So basically, as that happens, the edges to the south in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, they basically start to dry up. It's, you know, because it's like an underground lake, and that's the shallow part of the aquifer. I just can't imagine what this would be like, though, if they ever ran out of water. I guess eastern New Mexico, maybe. That's what I would guess. So Carhenge, I'm pretty sure, is free. There's no admission. You just go to the parking lot and it's right there. If there is an admission, I will skip it. But that's Alliance coming up. I smell cows. Woo. So the campground owner was telling me how, so they let a friend, they they used to graze their cows there. So basically, they send the calves to the feedlots. I didn't realize they sent them there when they were calves. And they keep the mamas and the bulls, you know, to keep having more babies every year. I always thought they didn't send the cows to the feedlot until they were adults. But no, it's when they're kids, basically. And they stay there for a year, maybe? I don't know. So they're not very old. The cows we eat are fairly young in age. So he was saying how the older mama cows, when they get old and, you know, don't have babies anymore, there's a steakhouse chain that buys them and uses the meat. They cut it really thin because the meat is a lot tougher. I did not know that either. I wonder if that's flank steak, which I don't like flank steak. It is kind of chewy and tough and not my favorite. It's cheap though, definitely cheap. I wonder if they use that in carne asada too, because carne asada is kind of tough and it's kind of cheap too. I mean, wow, here's part of their big rail yard on the right there. Looks like another diesel truck filling up trains. That is dusty. Yeah, BNSF. So you have 7 miles to go. So it looks like it's just on the north side of town, maybe 3 or 4 miles, which isn't bad. So I still haven't had any coffee or soda on this trip. Really trying not to. Just unsweetened tea, not diet tea, unsweetened tea. All natural. It seems to be working though. I want to see if it helps me lose weight. That would be awesome. That's what sucks about getting older. Your metabolism slows down. I think it happens at first in your mid-30s. Then it seems like every 5-10 years, bam, another slowdown. So I got all of the GoPro batteries charged while I was at the campground yesterday. I actually found one in the RV I forgot about. So I think I have 6, if I counted right. So we're going to turn right real soon. Up Kansas Street, right up here. Welcome to Alliance, Nebraska, proud home of the BNSF, Alliance Terminal and Mechanical Facility. So this is a railroad town, basically. Good paying jobs, though. I think they have a pension still, too. So Warren Buffett owns Union Pacific. Wow, if he bought BNSF, I wonder if they would allow him to ever do that. He would have a monopoly. Charge whatever he wanted. Should get us some nice shots of the facility from this road. So it looks looks like off to the right is the giant holding area, and then off to the left here is the maintenance facility. Wow, it's massive. You can put a lot of engines in there. They probably do the cars too, I would imagine. Pretty neat. It'd be fun to tour that place if they let you. I can see what a locomotive looks like when it's tore apart. Wow, they got a ton of these steel wheels piled up, so they do change the wheels on the cars. It's like they have their own diesel storage tanks. They're giant. They probably go through, I mean, they go through a ton of fuel, I'm sure, every day. It's like a big operation. How polluted is that ground, though? Actually stop this video and we're gonna make this a new one. Thanks for watching. Welcome back. So we are gonna drive through Alliance, Nebraska, it looks like, on our way to Stonehenge Carhenge. And I decided to make a separate video out of this because the previous one was getting lengthy. But if you ever wonder what a western Nebraska town looks like, this is one of the biggest ones in the Panhandle. Wow, that's a lot of tracks we're going under. Jeez. East 3rd Street. Oh, they got a sign, Carhenge. Huh, they have a frontier town here. Says. Should have went that way, but I don't know. I don't know how long it'll take to get east, and I kind of want to stay on track.
Turn left onto Nebraska 87 north to Black Avenue. Continue on Nebraska 87 north for 3 miles.
So we have 3 miles and we'll be there.